Nevertheless, moving on to entertainment in this week's episode of This and the Third, the NBA is back.
Yeah.
Already, says she. Hell yeah. It's the preseason. LeBron is the king of LA. Unless you ask a Kobe fan. Kawhi Leonard, you know what I'm saying? He's in Toronto, laughing it up, scarily as fuck. What else? You got D Rose.
Where is he?
He just turned 30. Congratulations. Can we slow clap D Rose for even making it to 30? Okay. You know, you just never know with that guy, Z. But he is 30. It's his 11th season in the league, and he's still, you know.
Where is he?
I don't know. I think he's still in Minnesota. I think he's in Minnesota. Ooh. I think that's why Jimmy Butler is ready to leave. So you remember Jimmy Butler was second fiddle to D Rose, then kind of ran his spot, and then the entire Chicago Bulls became the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now Jimmy Butler wants out, and he's willing to go to Brooklyn. He's willing to go to the LA Clippers. He's willing to go anywhere and be the man. But what analysts are saying is that you're not worthy of being the man. Nobody with Jimmy Butler as their number one guy is getting out of the first round. So just something to keep in mind. But, yeah, the biggest story this season so far has been LeBron James and his team of castaways and young boys being in L.A. And they looked pretty good. They lost, and it was on a dumbass play. These niggas could have won the game on the last second shot. Forgot to shoot the ball. Time ran out, and hit the showers. But LeBron looked good. JaVale McGee looked decent. Rondo seems to have a jumper.
I mean,
living their best life. G. Life is good in L.A. So keep an eye on that. And just the NBA season will officially start, I think, in a couple weeks. You know, preseason will be a week or two. And then we'll get down to the nitty-gritty. Nobody's really checking for the regular season. It's all about the playoffs. And the Warriors are still slated to be the favorite. And we're just trying to see where the Lakers will finish. Some are saying 4th. Some are saying 8th. Some are saying, you know, maybe missing the playoffs. Some are saying number 2. So it's all over the place right now, and we'll just see how it shapes up. But the East is wide open, you know, because Kyrie is in Boston.
Right.
Kawhi is in Toronto. We got Jabari Parker back on the Bulls, so at least we got something to cheer about. We got a decent rookie. And then you got like, I don't know, maybe the Wizards, you know what I'm saying? The fucking, the East is pretty weak. The East is pretty weak, so everybody will be watching those West Coast games, I assume.
Well, they'll be watching Kyrie.
Yeah, but the thing I like about basketball season being in is that as opposed to football season, and nobody really likes baseball like that, I like watching baseball like at the stadium. But I don't like watching it on TV.
Oh, it's a nap game. You take a nap and it's still on.
It don't have no clock. It's like, nigga, when can I leave? You know what I'm saying? They went into 13 innings the other day. I was tired. But I will say this. Just knowing that there's pretty much going to be a game on every day versus, I got to wait till Monday or Thursday or Sunday. There'll be a game on every day for the NBA. So, welcome back, NBA. Also in entertainment, man. This has to be one of the most anticipated albums in the last, I'll say 5 years, because I don't know when the last album came out from this brother. I'm talking about none other than Little Dwayne Carter.
His name Dwayne?
Dwayne. Lil Wayne comes out with the Carter 5.
How many Carters has it been?
There's obviously been 4 before this one, and now we're on 5.
Because I feel like he came out with the same Carter.
What?
Oh, maybe I don't know.
You can't do that. You can't come out with the same Carter. It's the Carter 1 through 5 at this point.
Oh, okay.
He's had things like mixtapes that have a series to them.
Okay.
Like I'm not a human. I think No Ceilings. He had a long run with the No Ceilings mixtapes, but those were mixtapes, not albums. His most popular album series are the Carters. All right. So the Carter 5 comes out. I forget how many tracks it has. It's decent. Have you given it a listen or have you tried it? Okay,
no, because decent. I've never listened to a whole Lil Wayne album. I'm kind of singles, and if I hear something,
give me your hits. Yeah. And I will say this. While it is a decent ride, you know what I'm saying, I can listen to it and ride, it's still like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you're waiting
it's not
for
just
something?
banger, 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 banger. It's like, good. That was good. That was good. Welcome back. I'm glad to see you back. Oh, that was cold. Okay, that was good. That was okay. That was like, I could, you know what I'm saying? So it's not everything that I think that it could have been, but I will say this. Because I think it's charting at number 1, just because of the anticipation, the hype behind it. Kanye, who was supposed to drop that same day.
He held it.
Let me hold that to, I think, Black Friday. And he's calling his shit Yandi. Like a combination
this is another album?
Ye and Gandhi. Yeah, this is another album the same year that he dropped Ye.
7 tracks.
Yeah, it might have 7 tracks on it. You know, because that's the thing. Like, I love that approach that they're taking. I'm cool on 15 tracks. It used to be
like
cool
that.
I can take a cool little 5-7 tracks and then, man, split your album in half and then come out 8 months later with another track. I fuck with that shit.
Cause that 15 track be like,
you could have kept 7 of these. You could have gave me an 8-track banger, and I would have been fine with it. Kevin Gates also dropped around the same time. I forgot the actual title, but it's the 3rd installation or whatever the title is.
Yes.
Some shit. And Young Sinatra 4 came out. Now that's Logic. This is I don't want to say the new Eminem, but he is he's relevant. He's relevant.
Didn't Eminem come out with something?
Eminem came out with Kamikaze like a month ago, and that's where he was dissing Machine Gun Kelly. He was dissing. He dissed a couple months. He dissed Drake. Puff a little bit. He dissed Drake. He actually said Puff put a hit out on Tupac, and that got a lot of backlash and shit. But the dude he was mainly coming at was Machine Gun Kelly, who was signed to Bad Boy. So he kind of put them all in one little. Yeah, fuck all y'all. All right. Fuck Bad Boy as a record label, as staff, and as a motherfucking organization. Yeah. And I'm thinking any other new music that came out was probably just under my radar. And I'm more of a hip hop dude. So if there's anything in R&B or any of that, eclectic genre shit, we'll tell y'all about that on the next episode. Cool?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to stick with entertainment. We're going to move to new movie alerts. Now, I did tell you that I got a chance to see Monsters and Men. And it was all about, what happens from various perspectives when these types of killings happen. So, right, you got the cops who unjustly shoot somebody. You got the family that's impacted by that shooting, but you also have the community at large that's impacted. This actually showed the different perspective of the person that captured the shooting on tape and the decision that you have to make. Am I going to put this out on tape, to the public, or am I going to keep it to myself? He had a new job, a toddler, girl pregnant, and, all things considered, he had a lot going for him, trending in the right direction. And the backlash that you're going to get when you're the person that came out with this tape, the police going to be on your ass. And this was NYPD. So they, come on, man, stop and frisk is in full effect with the van. In addition to that, they showed the perspective of Denzel Washington's son, who was a black cop, knew the type of motherfuckers he was working with and knew that, he didn't have to shoot that guy. And, when I got to testify against him or be interviewed, I got to keep it real or I got to, protect the shield. I'm not going to tell you what he did, but it is a complex conversation. And he's being interviewed by, like, the attorney or the interviewer is a strong black woman that's looking at this nigga like, so what you gonna say, bro?
Really, tell me what happens.
What you gonna say, bro?
Just tell me what happens at the end.
The last perspective that they showed was this was a aspiring baseball player. He didn't have anything to do with the situation, but he lived in the community. And he had a decision to make where it was like go on to fortune and fame and get out of here and escape. And his father was really gung-ho about that, blue-collar dad, just single parent, blah, blah, blah. And he had a decision to make in terms of joining with the movement, which seemingly resembled Black Lives Matter, or just being like, man, I'm a baseball playing ass dude and I'm finna go this direction. But he gets stopped and frisked by the cops like the day before his his big day, and he had to make a decision as well. So I don't want to ruin the movie. I want to talk about the movie if you're able to fire stick it, maybe. I'm not sure. But it was a great film that left you thinking.
Does he die? Just tell me that. The baseball player.
Does the baseball player die?
Yes.
All right, I'm just going to tell you what happened, man. So,
no, don't tell me because I know they're going to be mad. Don't tell me. Tell me off camera.
I'll tell you after this.
I got to know.
Y'all make sure y'all go check out Monsters and Men in theaters now. What else we got on the new movie alert?
So, I watched the other day Nappily Ever After with Sanaa Lathan.
Oh, see that?
So, that was real. And she contemplated, when she signed on to this movie, right? She contemplated having to do that. And she said, oh, we'll just get a prosthetic and we'll make it work, right?
Fake it till we make it.
But she said as she got into the character, the more she got into it, she really wanted to go there. She said that day, she just woke up and did it. So she really shaved her hair off. And after that scene, it was a Friday, so they had the whole weekend where she had to walk around with a patchy head. Until they can pick up on Monday and finish it.
But just Sanaa Lathan, she is bodied up and cute as fuck. She can get away with it.
Well, okay, right, I agree. I think so, but not everybody may feel that way. But she does. She had the perfect head for it, right?
Yeah, she got that
the cutest
head. Just...
And so this movie brought a couple things up, right? Mm-hmm. The idea of perfection.
Yeah.
The idea that your mother's put on you. Because it really wasn't her dad. Her dad was cool. Most dads are cool with their daughter being themselves and kind of growing into themselves. But her mom was so, like, her mom never let her wear braids. Her mom came over her house every morning at 5 to press her hair. Like,
and while she was grown?
Yes. So look, so she can get back into bed and her guy can look and wake up and she's like, I was like, that is crazy.
That's shallow.
I got time for that.
Damn.
But she spent all this time trying to be perfect where she really wasn't being herself. The guy didn't really know who the hell she was. She didn't know who she was. And so it just takes you on this journey of her finding herself. Yeah, and realizing that, one, that hair shit is a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
2, you need to be comfortable with your hair in its natural state.
True indeed.
And, you know what I'm saying, do you. And if that person don't rock with you, then shit, they don't rock with you.
There, in my humble opinion, and my opinion can't be wrong on this and the third, is nothing wrong with not doing your hair sometimes. There's nothing wrong with the natural look. There's nothing wrong with not subscribing to Western standards of beauty and being like, my shit has to be laid and all on my shoulder and shit like that. It looks good. Don't get it twisted. It looks good. But there's other hairstyles that look good too. Like Sanaa Lathan with the TWA, as she called it, the teeny weeny afro. I'd fuck. Would you fuck? She would fuck. She'll tell me on camera. You know what I'm saying? But she's still pretty.
But
so what's the big deal?
What you said is, that looks nice, but the other stuff is pretty, right? Yeah. And so growing up as a black girl, right? The one thing that when you see other girls and you see other women is their hair. To be able to go swim and just get out the water and right. Then you see how the boys grow up to be men, take to those women with this hair. And for a while in the 90s, who did you see in the music videos? These exotic Brazilian, Puerto Ricans.
Big pimpin'.
Right. That's exactly the video I was thinking about.
Big pimpin' on BLAD.
But you know what I'm saying? These women with this hair, this skin, this body. Okay, you didn't see no sister with no afro, with no low fro, no natural, no nothing. You still rarely see that today. So that, in women's minds, is that's what they want.
Right.
That's what y'all dating. That's what y'all looking at. That's what y'all liking on Instagram. That's what they want. So it's hard for young girls, women of all ages to really fully be comfortable with just rocking their natural hair.
So how do you explain the level of badness that Halle Berry embodies? Because she's never really had drapes. She got famous when she had the Halle Berry.
But she half white, so her hair lays. You're not understanding that it's complicated. It is complicated.
It sounds pretty complicated.
You know what I'm saying?
I just get a crispy ass lining and everybody
maybe Nia Long, right?
Nia Long.
But she's kept her hair short. So there's nothing wrong with rocking shortcuts, but it still lays.
Oh, Anita Baker, if you're into that.
Anita Baker. But who is like natural? That's
Strange with that high top.
Okay, y'all, you know what nobody checking for her.
Okay, they wasn't. Wasn't Claire kind of natural though? Like she was not necessarily permed. She was she had good hair.
Yeah, and everybody
her
loved
sister Debbie.
And they loved them, right? But not everybody has that nice texture. So you see what I'm saying? It's layers.
Texture, man.
It's layers. And so people,
layers to this shit.
Women, I think this movie will help women just become more comfortable with themselves and understand that they're not the only one on that journey.
Yeah. What do you think about the name, nappy? Is that a term of endearment or is that like a shunning of sorts?
No, they use that term because when you say nappy, it's looked at, it's frowned upon. No girl wants to be told she has nappy hair.
Cookabugs.
Right?
You call them cookabugs.
Right, so it's kind of offensive, it hurts your feelings, it doesn't make you feel good. So I think by using this title and when you watch the movie, she really is nappily ever after.
Right.
Like she glows up.
Do you think it will change anything?
I don't think it will change, and I guess I'm not worried about it changing anything. I just hope it reaches some young girls.
Just wake up.
Some young girls just watching this that's maybe wearing braids or begging their mom for a perm or begging their mom for a weave, watches this and you're like, no, I don't need none of that.
My niece spends so much time in the bathroom with her beautiful hair. You know who I'm talking about.
Which one?
With the flowing Bone Thugs and Harmony hair.
Kaylin gets on my nerves.
It takes so long for her to do her hair daily.
Yeah.
I'm just like, cut that shit or braid that shit.
But Kaylin has a nice grade of hair that most black girls would want. Because when she curls it, or when it's naturally curling, it's full and it's long.
It has body.
When she straightens it, it's full and it's long, but it's hers. So a lot of girls who maybe want to go natural want that type of natural. And what they have to realize is, no, everybody's different. You have to work with what you got and figure out what works best for your head.
Man, love your thin ass bang and your beat up ass, what's that called?
Somebody will love
edges.
you.
Your beat up ass edges. Embrace that. Some nigga will love that shit. All right. Also in entertainment and in new movie alerts, Kevin Hart teams up with Tiffany Haddish. Now, we talked, I think, a few episodes back about the shade that was being thrown by none other than Cat Williams. Yeah. And we heard he was reporting fake news, man. He was saying how Netflix does their algorithms, the suggested payments, talking about Tiffany Haddish was married to a white man and is trying to fuck on Brad Pitt. Most of these things were fables. I don't like that shit, man. Like, don't state your opinion as if it's fact. Be like, in my opinion, and then go ahead and say your opinion. But he was saying these things as if they was facts. What say you?
I do believe someone said, it's my opinion, and my opinion can be wrong.
But I claimed it as my opinion. I didn't say, as a matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's just my opinion on the situation. So nevertheless, please disregard any fake news that we may have reported a couple episodes back. But celebrations and salutes to Kevin Hart, who's doing his fucking thing. Tiffany Haddish, who is the one black female stand-up that is a household name at this point. Not saying that she's the dopest, not saying that she has been in the game the longest, just saying she's on top. Yeah, let her ride. Yeah. Let her ride. And they're teaming up for High School. I saw the abbreviated previews and was kind of like, man, what? But then I saw the more extended previews recently as the movie is, I guess it's out now.
It's #1.
Yeah, okay. And I saw the extended previews. I kind of now want to check it out. Just a little bit.
Let me know how it goes.
Bit. I just want to check it out a little bit because the backstory of what Kevin Hart's character seems like I thought they was on some, man, this dumb nigga working at a fake Chick-fil-A trying to go back to night school. But it seems like he was up, fell off, had to go back and get a certification to get back up. And now it's like, damn, I got to finish my GED because I've been successful without it. Now that I'm not successful, I need it to get back in the game. So I kind of like that aspect of it. Probably going to be a little bit over the top. Probably going to be a little corny.
That's where it lost me.
It's going to do numbers, and it seems like
it did do numbers. It was #1 this weekend.
Yeah, but that's because white people were coming to see it and see how are black people.
See the buffoonery.
Exactly how are black people, and this is how they get their information. So shout out Kevin Hart for being the brand, Tiffany Haddish for leveling up, and man, shout out to anybody that is going to actually support this movie because again, we can't sit here and say we need more of us at the table, and then we get to the table and be like, how this nigga at the table and I'm not. Support your own. Can we? Because this is part of Kevin Hart's own studio is producing this.
Oh,
just like you might not agree with.
Well, can you put that on the fire stick? I'm just saying.
Just like you might not agree with Tyler Perry and that, but you want to support those things so we can continue to get more lanes. Because I think that the content will eventually change. The more opportunities.
That's what I want. Because I don't like with both of them. They both like real silly to me. So I need a solid character for each of them. Like with any movie Kevin Hart has been in, he's always had like somebody that. It's just not funny, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They have more dynamic. Yeah. So just to watch them two together, I won't subscribe to that. If it's on the fire stick, I'll watch, but.
All right, well, let us know if y'all watching, and if so, what's your feedback? And last but not least, in movie alerts.
I know, I'm so late.
I couldn't even say new movie alerts. I had to just say movie alerts.
So look.
Just say Blu-ray alerts. What the fuck is this doing on the list?
I watched Superfly the other
day. The first one or the one that came out 12 months ago?
So look, I watched the new one. And I'm going to have to watch the old one again because I was so confused. Like, well, wasn't Superfly a pimp? I'm confused. But
this nigga was
after watching the movie, right? All these little young guys. They're all little kiddos. But I understood it, right? Because you said it was like, it was okay. So I went in like, it's going to be some bullshit. But I was like kind of impressed. Probably because boy was really fly.
He was a jazzy nigga.
Yeah, and I think the overall message to the movie was about being fly. Yeah. How you be fly, how you move and shape what you going to do and how you'll circle around you. So I just thought the message, if people got that, was dope. And the soundtrack I thought was pretty dope.
Soundtrack was blessing. Seeing Easy work again was good. The dude from
who I didn't
Superfly.
like was
the fucking Snow Patrol. The
what
fucking
grown men are walking around in all white, and the goofy dude who started everything for nothing.
Number 2?
Yes.
Flashback to this year's BET Awards. He was there, like everybody was there, but I saw him, right? The nigga's kind of weird. The nigga's kind of weird, bro. And I didn't interact with him, but you know, I'm a people watcher, so I just see the way that people move, and I'm like, this nigga's weird. How did he get this role?
Because he's weird.
Because he's weird. Like, he isn't that guy that's in the movie.
Yeah.
But he's fucking weird, dog. Yeah. I just was kind of like, weirdo.
That
was
the one character I hated. I was like,
very hateable.
Goofball.
Very hateable, man. But again, another black film. It was ironic, and I think I just had a biased opinion about it because I saw it so recently after Black Panther.
Okay.
And I was like, how the fuck is this the next? Because you could tell that the budget, like with the special effects and stuff, this was not no low budget ass film. Like the first Superfly was low budget.
Oh no, it was really nice.
Well produced.
I mean,
and it was just kind of like, damn, this is what we putting our money towards right after, you know what I'm saying, Wakanda Forever. So that was my whole thing. But I do agree with what you're saying in terms of if you really remove yourself from it and look at the flyness of it all, it was a fly ass situation. Okay. And last but not least in entertainment for this week on This, That, and the Third. Yay! Yay, G. He's back in the city. He said he's not leaving. I don't know if he won't visit other places or he's on house arrest, but it sounds like at least one of his main residencies are going to be here in the 606. When his ass is gonna leave. Oh, yeah. He's gone to November. Not November, but July. And, you know, he's back, but he comes with controversy. He was walking, I believe, on Lake Street underneath the L, and he decided to shoot a quick little Instagram video.
Now that I'm about the sunken place I can think and I could just be Ye and just express how I feel, there's a couple things that I want to address. First of all, I want to address Nick Cannon. Like, I understand that you used to date my wife, but, you know, you get in an interview, don't mention my wife. If someone brings my wife up, you say, hey, I respect that man. I'm not speaking on that. Don't be making no suggestions like nobody fucked my wife. Now, the next thing is with Drake. Yeah, I told you that if I wasn't in a medicated state, I might have had the thoughts to, hold on, this train going by.
It was just weird because I see it first as the hashtag Kanye challenge, or maybe it was the Kanye West challenge.
Yeah.
And then I'm seeing all these little
other people
videos that have this same type of cinematography to it. So then I'm like, what the fuck? So I go to his page and see it, and I'm just like, bruh, like if you fuck up and a train goes past while you're talking, re-record the video. You don't have to stick with it, dog.
So he didn't finish the video?
He did, I thought. I thought it was 2 videos, but it was like
so
the train.
I didn't see the second
the train
one.
came past. He was like, hold on, this train going by. And it was
because
like,
every video,
delete the video and record it anew.
Every video I found, it cuts off after.
Yeah, and then there's a second part where he goes a little bit deeper into
about
the Drake shit. Yeah.
Right. So I didn't catch that one, but all I heard him say is if he wasn't medicated, he would have said something.
But he was saying, like, I would have came to your defense and told Push not to drop whatever on a beat that he made, because now it seems like we're in cahoots teaming up on Drake. Yeah. But then he also advocating and trying to compel Drake to, man, say something. Say you didn't fuck my wife. But it's just like, Drake's not that guy. Drake doesn't even do interviews. Drake is not finna prove or disprove a fucking rumor. Right. And nobody's thinking about Kim, really. Because it's like, when you look at the bodies that she's caught, it's like, bro, you signed up for this. So if there's rumors of infidelity that happened before.
You say bodies that she called. She ain't that bad.
Whoa. I'm not saying she's that bad, but it's like we know way more about how many people she slept with than how many people Kanye slept with.
She's famous.
Kanye's famous as fuck. We know Amber Rose and we know her.
Reality star. But she a reality star.
Yeah,
so every boyfriend has been on the show, mostly.
I guess, but I'm just saying the way that she came into fame
don't judge.
Is the way she's going to maintain her fame, possibly. Now, my only concern would be are these hints of infidelity happening after
all this was before, so
right.
I'm
so
confused at why.
That's why I'm saying you signed up for this, so you can't really be like, man, stop saying like people fuck my wife. But it's like, bro, they fucked your wife.
But do you understand?
Wasn't your wife when they fucked.
Understand what I'm saying? If you got married, right, and somebody is constantly referring back, because niggas do this bitch ass shit, constantly referring back to, oh yeah, I remember when I dated such and such, or we hung out, you would be like, dude, that was years ago.
Right.
Stop bringing it up. Or if you're asked about it, just be like, man, I ain't gonna comment on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just respect.
I get what you're saying, but I would have more of an issue with the sleazy reporter.
You can't. They doing their job.
Okay, so how you gonna muzzle a grown man? Right. Just like Nick Cannon said, I'm a solid individual. If somebody asks me a question, I'm gonna answer it to the best of my ability. To my understanding, I've never disrespected you.
Yeah, I've never heard him say anything. So anyway,
what are we talking about?
I'm confused at why he came at Nick and Drake. Actually,
nah, I saw a quote that said that Nick Cannon was quoted as saying, "Man, there's something going on with that whole Drake situation. He has something over that family that they don't want to get out, and blah, blah, blah." Like, he was talking some shit. He was talking some shit, but he's saying this in response to a question. My thing is, why is niggas asking them questions? And then Nick Cannon being Nick Cannon. Like, Nick Cannon, it's levels to this shit, but don't think Nick Cannon ain't a boss in his own little lane. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't looking at Kanye like Kanye. He looking at him like, you're my peer, dog. Shut the fuck up. I wouldn't, and he said, man, we could joke about Mariah, we could joke about Kim. It'd be different if he wasn't with the shits.
Nick does take jokes about Mariah all the time.
Zero fucks.
Nick Cannon
Stop being so sensitive would be my suggestion.
It's kind of like,
it's different, but I'm just saying. I don't
know. So I was confused with why Kanye was doing this anyway.
Right now,
he's just
I don't know when
random.
The interview came out. Yeah, he's very random, but again, I think that Kanye is very calculated as well. As much as people want to call him crazy and whatever, it was a time period where nobody was talking about Kanye, and now all we talk about is Kanye. You know what I'm saying? His album ain't even coming out for a month plus, and we're like, man, highly anticipated album by Kanye. Oh, man, do you remember a couple weeks ago when this happened with Kanye? Oh, man, Kanye this, Kanye that. I think there's a greater, plan at play.
Well, let me tell y'all this about Kanye. So I saw an interview with Kim today, and she was saying that a clothing line who actually makes knockoff Yeezys, right, came to her, was going to pay her $1 million to, I think, wear something or post. I think it was post some of their stuff. And so she took it to Kanye and was like, hey, babe, this company wants to pay me $1 million. It's a lot of money. Blase, right?
They wanted to pay her $1 million to do what?
To post.
To post something about their fake Yeezys.
No, it wasn't about the fake Yeezy. Oh, okay. She just knows that that's what they do.
They also do.
But they wanted her to post something of a product or something like that. $1 million for a post. Right.
That's bang.
Yeah, that's what they get.
I like that.
And so he said, well, no, I really don't want you to do that. That ain't
us. That is not consistent with the brand.
Right. Mm-hmm. So she said the following weekend, which happened to be Mother's Day, she gets an envelope with a check for $1 million and a contract signing her on as a partner to Yeezy. That's what I'm talking about. Come on. Don't knock my money and then not give me anything.
Bullshit, yeah.
Knock your money and say, here, babe, I can one up.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So,
Will that come back to bite the West family? Ass, though? Will that come back to bite? Because both of them are kind of crazy. Let's sip to that. I just think that
he didn't give her half.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say, if he gave her half, it's kind of setting yourself up, bro. He didn't give her half.
No, he gave her 1%.
Okay.
Right. So and they got kids, so it's a little
They deep in. All right, last but not least, in Ye news this week on this and the third, he was on SNL. Now, did you see his performance on SNL?
I didn't see the performance. I just saw a picture of him wearing the shirt and the hat.
Yeah, the Perrier sparkling water, and then somebody else had on Fiji.
I saw him have on a shirt that said "Free Hoover."
Ah, okay. Nah, he did several performances on that one episode.
No, I didn't see that.
And the one I saw, he had on these fat suits, and one of them was sparkling water, and one of them was flat water.
They had the fake orgasms, and we can tell today, hey, I want to.
You're such a freaky girl, I love it. You're such a freaky girl, I love it. You're such a freaky girl, I love it. Boyfriend is a door, make love it. I just pulled up in that.
So it just looked goofy as hell, but it was just so Kanye. Dog. Like,
so
I can do whatever I want to do.
Who's Hoover?
Larry, nigga. What you
That's
mean?
what I thought. Okay.
Larry, no.
But I was so confused.
Larry on your face. Larry.
They're not freeing him. They should have done that a long time ago.
If we learned nothing from Tukey. Remember Tukey out in the West Coast?
Yes.
He started writing children's books and everything. Yeah. They said niggas stay under the jail.
Yeah.
But
meanwhile,
good try.
Kavanaugh's out. But go ahead.
Exactly. We won't touch that with a 10-foot pole. But I believe that about wraps us up for entertainment on this week's episode of This and the Third. Literally.